God will never give you a single trial in life where he knows that you won't succeed. Now, whether you lose your house today, but God's got plans for you to, I don't know, maybe live in the mansion 10 years. Now, it's up to you whether you want to get up every single day, go work for the money to eventually acquire what you need to acquire, or if you, don't want to trust in God's timing and just like lay there and just, sleep or whatever, bro. So, but that philosophy is, whoever that guy is, he's a good guy.
How would you say, personally speaking, religion has influenced you?
Oof. I think it's influenced my whole life, bro. And
what have you learnt from it? What has it taught you? What do you think it's, I suppose, led you to develop?
Man, it's crazy, bro.
It's a deep question.
I think it's a deep question, man.
I'm interested though.
But how do we even tackle this? Because when I think about it myself, it takes me to deep places, man. And I'm not a person that likes to project my feelings onto other people, but I think, man, I think religion is honestly the only reason why I'm even here with you today. Because without the teachings of the Bible, without my family, who they introduced me to religion, because I was born in a religious family. So half of my family are Christian, but the other half are also Muslim. So I kind of got those two backgrounds.
Really?
So, yeah. So my family back in Africa, a large portion of them are Muslims. And then my family here, we're all Pentecostal Christians. So to go back to what you were saying, how it's influenced my life, man, I think it's influenced me in the sense that it's kind of given me clarity on life and kind of just shown me that, like, everything you do in life, if you don't do it with a righteous heart, if you don't do it with the mindset that look, at any moment in time, at any given time, bro, it can all be stripped away. Because God says no man, no woman knows the time or the hour that I will return. So having a mind like that and having to go through life, the life that we've been given, it kind of just gives me a sense of like urgency and also relief, in the sense that, bro, it's hard to be a bad person unless you actively put energy in it. So what I'm trying to say is, because we don't know the time or the hour that God is coming, we got to constantly be good. And
when you say the time of the hour that God is coming, do you mean as in like a reincarnation? Or?
Nah, not reincarnation. So we believe that, it's called the Day of Judgment. So the last day, because we believe that eventually it's all going to end, nothing ever lasts forever. Yeah. So we believe that every man and woman will be judged for all they've done. So the Day of Judgment is basically just God, the day that God's going to return and just basically lay out your life for you. So in the short time that I've given you, what did you do with it? In the time that, I gave you on this earth to spend this with the people that I gave you, what did you do for yourself? And more importantly, what did you do for others? Did you help? Or were you one of those ignorant people that, just sort out life for themselves? So yeah, man, I think, bro, it's crazy, man. I think I'm just more at peace, bro, because of religion.
Yeah.
And the teachings of the Bible. Like, for example, I think one of my favorite Bible verse in the Bible is Ephesians, I think, chapter 41, verse 10. It says, "Fear not, for I'm with you." So every single time I'm going through something, or like there's tribulation, like I told you, like it's inevitable. Like you were saying, like that philosopher, inevitable. Like tribulations are inevitable. Like eventually, it's gonna come. So, but anytime I'm going through that, or like obviously we're human, we go through all those emotions and we feel everything. But I go back to that Bible verse and I'm just like, man, like, dude, I could be getting arrested, bro. I could be, I don't know, getting jumped for something I didn't even do, or like, I don't know, the worst of the worst could be happening to me. But at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, I'm so at peace with myself, because I know that eventually this is going to pass. Like, as long as I have faith in God, as long as I know that at the end of there's light at the end of the tunnel, I'm going to be good. So I think so. Religion has definitely taught me that just to be okay with life, but also go through life knowing that you gotta put the best that you can and into it, and just be a good person, man. And yeah, so that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I wonder, being in your position with your family, you're in a unique spot, having almost a foot in both camps, as you were saying about how a large portion of your family is Muslim.
Yeah.
Do you feel any connection to that?
Me myself, not really, but I do respect it, because one of my best friends is actually Muslim.
Okay.
I honestly respect anybody that chooses to believe in a religion, because that's accepting that in life that there's gotta be something bigger than you, because there's so many things that happen in life that are unexplainable, and it's just good having something that you can like turn to and be like, bro, this was definitely out of my hands. This I know, like physically, like I couldn't have made this happen, bro. I could have been grinding for years and years and years. People might say it's luck, but maybe it was God's plan. Maybe it was God's plan. Maybe all the grinding, maybe that mindset was brought onto because God was like, all right, cool, I'm going to put you in this position now. I'm going to put you in that position now. I'm going to open up this door for you. Yeah. So yeah, just respecting people. Yeah,
and you have that respect for any religion, or for like it's beautiful, because there seems, I mean, throughout history, there's obviously been a lot of conflict.
100%, bro. Wars and everything.
You know. But it's that outlook's quite peaceful.
Yeah, 100%. Matthew, bro, it says, Jesus says to his disciples, he says, cast your burdens onto me, because he knows. So let me just go back a little bit. When Jesus was in Matthew, God gives us a lot of parables, a lot of teachings, and probably one of the best like verses that are in Matthew is Jesus telling his disciples, cast your burdens onto me. So everything in life, if it's too heavy for you, cast it onto me. And I think that's one of the, like, every time I read that, I'm like, you know how many people go through like mental health issues because they've just got so much things weighing on them. They've just got like so many things that are just holding them down, and they just feel like, man, it's kind of like, there's a song that we sing at church. It's called Break Every Chain, that Jesus is able to break every chain. So in the sense where anything you're going through, man, anything you feel like internally is holding you down in your life, holding you down spiritually, mentally, physically, Jesus just says, cast it onto me. Because we all know how tough life gets, man. You could be trying to do something for so long, but you just feel like there's something that's just weighing down on you, bro. And Jesus just says, it's all right. Just give it up all to me. I'll handle it. And I think just having that sense of feeling in life and just knowing that, bro, as humans, not everybody's mentally strong, bro. There's people who are so resilient in life, and you see them, it's like, bro, how you get up every day? How you keep going, bro? How you just doing this every single day? And I think a lot of those people, to be honest, like, as much as they say it's all grit, it's all courage, they do have the down days, bro. They do have days when they're like, they do have days when they're like, bro, I can't do this. And religion is a good place to turn to, bro, because it just keep you moving. Yeah, because it just gives you that sense of just like relief, unloading. You can just unload all that, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Do you think that? And I actually, it's funny because this question is crazy, but I asked the same question to Shab when he was here.
Oh yeah, I listened to that podcast.
Yeah, with him. We were having a similar sort of conversation. Yeah. But I said to him, do you think that in, I suppose, a wider society today, a lot of people are losing touch of those values that are preached through that?
I think so, man. And
I wonder how. Hang on, I just had a thought. Bear with me one, so I just gotta check this. Sorry, I just had a thought. No, sweet.
How long have you been going for, man?
No, because I was like, oh, it's airplane.
Yeah. How long have you been going for?
Oh, I don't know. I'll check in a moment. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I wanted, because I didn't want to cut you off mid-answer. So no, please. So so I was wondering about the values in broader society that are preached.
Man, I think society definitely is losing touch with a lot of the values, and I think it's because there's just so much bad influence out there, and that bad influence becomes the norm. So the Bible itself isn't supposed to be it is a rule book, but the way I see it, it's more a book full of principles and values of how a person should uphold themselves. So the Bible in Exodus, I think it's one of the commandments that says, I think it's do not kill, anyways, there's a bunch of like commandments, and there's also a whole lot of other like values. Like Jesus teaches you to love one another. Jesus teaches us to forgive. You know, one of the disciples goes up to Jesus and he says like, how many times should I forgive my neighbor if someone wrongs me? And Jesus says like 7 times 7 or 77 times. Bro, that's a lot of times to forgive someone. But I think just having a heart like that, a heart that's willing to forgive regardless of how many times somebody's wronged you, even though it's very hard, because even myself, I'm gonna sit here and pretend like I'm perfect, bro. Like,
none of us are.
Bro, sometimes people do things wrong to me and I'm just like, I just want to.
Yeah, dude. I get you.
Yeah, man.
I get that.
Yeah, man. But like I was saying, bro, it's beautiful. Religion is beautiful because like it gives you something to lean on, or else you're gonna go through life with that grudge against that person. And oh man, you know how hard it is to hate somebody? Because like you've got to physically put in energy to be like, every single time I see you, I hear your name, just red. Wouldn't it be more peaceful if you could just be like, you know what? I forgive you. God teaches love. I'm going to love you. I don't need to be near you, but just know I forgive you. You know, I can remove myself from that situation. And I think that's what society has lost, like, to be honest. And I think it's because a lot of people don't have anything to fall back on, which is what I'm saying now.
Is in that, I suppose, I'm just on the same page. By saying people don't have something to fall back on, is that referencing the fact that, like for example, right now, I suppose atheism is is quite high. You know, is that what you mean when you say people don't have something to fall back on, or is it something else?
It's definitely that, because people who are atheists, I'm not saying that I hate them, but I'm just saying that when you become a person that doesn't have you can be an atheist with strong morals in the sense.
Of course you can.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you can't, but all I'm saying is, eventually, even as an atheist, bro, if you are eventually gonna be like, bro, I'm like, take it back to the example that I was saying, like if somebody wrongs you, you're gonna eventually be like, bro, I could murder you, bro. Like I could, you know, there's people that go to those depths, you know, those people, not everyday people, obviously, those murderers, or eventually, but I think the core thing about having a religion or having somewhere to be able to draw into and like take from, I think man, I'm losing words, bro.
No, I'm really interested. I'm really interested in what you're saying.
I'm losing words, but so having a religion, just being able to just draw something back, like be able to draw from, kind of just gives you a sense of it's relieving, man, because now you know, like, if God told me not to do this, I'm gonna walk through life knowing like, oh damn, maybe I shouldn't swear, because when you swear, it might just be one time, but then it's going to become 2 times, but then it's going to become 3 times, it becomes 4 times, and just kind of becomes the norm for you. Mm-hmm. And like, you know what they teach us as kids, like in school, they teach kids, hey, as parents, don't swear around kids, blah, 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 but because it's become the norm for you, like this bad way of speaking. It's
sometimes I catch myself. Sometimes I'm talking and I'm not even thinking about it. Yeah. But I'll be like a couple sentences in and I go, I've been swearing so much.
Yeah, man. Like I got a lot of friends like who are also Christians, and I'm like, bro, I'm not the best. I'm not the most holiest person. Like I go through things, bro.
We're all people, man.
Bro, we're all people, man. But I go through. Bro, I know some people, bro, who are just like, bro. When it comes to like swearing, it's not them, bro. It's like, bro. It's like people can condition themselves to be and to believe whatever they really want to believe. And a lot of times when people say like in society, like, oh, this is too hard, I can't follow this. No, I just don't think you're willing to put in the reps in order to be able to get to that position that maybe another person is. So I think what society needs to do, I think it's just double down, bro, because I think it's kind of ruining humanity as a whole, to be honest. So in the sense where if you're not a good person and you're not necessarily a person that does good things and you start hanging out with other people, eventually that's going to trickle down into them.
Of course.
Yeah, so
I think I wonder if, so for example, yourself, you're obviously saying about how you take a lot of value from religious text and
I try.
I suppose sort of moral guidance on how to be a good person. Would I be wrong in saying that?
No, that's correct. That's it.
And then so where do you think that comes from then for those? Because you said it. You were like, there are a lot of people who are atheists or who are good people. So for those people, where do you think that comes from?
Where does it come from, man? That's
because when you were talking, you sort of made reference to having a bad thought to do something, and without having the Bible or a religious text to fall back on, you may lack guidance through that. But if somebody, because there are like a lot of really, really beautiful people who are atheists, of course. So I wonder, from your point of view, what would you say on that? Where does that come from? Do you still feel like that's God's influence indirectly, or is it something else?
I think indirectly it is, because I think it's so much easier to just do good than it is to do bad. And I think to kind of like take it back to like the Middle Ages, right? During those
like medieval times.
Yeah, medieval times, how men were supposed to be like stoic people, upright, your word is your word, and like every single time you said something, you didn't do something, you were kind of moved away from the other crowd of people because your word didn't mean much. As a man, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah.
So when
your word is your honor.
Exactly. So when you lose your honor, I guess in civilization during those times, bro, you were kind of like an outsider. People couldn't look at you the same. So exactly. So I think that I kind of said it's kind of still the same for some people because, bro, like, have you ever had somebody tell you, I'm going to do this, like, for you, or, like, I'm going to be here for you during this time, blah, 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 but then they don't turn up? I think slowly you lose their trust, slowly. And I think indirectly, those people who just do good and just want to be good, I think that kind of correlated a little bit. Yeah. But
I think people doing good now. I think nowadays people doing good for the sake of doing good and for nothing in return is so rare.
Oh, 100%.
When I come across someone and someone called it transactional kindness. When somebody comes along who's not doing that, they're just being kind for the sake of being kind, or they're helping you purely just because they just want to help you.
That scares me sometimes.
It does. I'm so paranoid about that kind of thing. I'm like, no, like, what do you want?
100%. I've met a few people in my life where, bro, it's like you can sense it. like an aura of just a good person.
Yeah, you can.
Like, for example, just from sitting here from you, I'm like, bro, this is such a genuine guy. Literally, when like, you know, the first night,
bro, I appreciate that.
Like the first night, I swear to God, the first night I met you and you were telling me about your podcast, and you just like, just gave me the vibe. It was you and I forgot the other girl's name. I don't know if you remember the one that was on the Soha.
I know exactly who
Yeah. So literally, as soon as I left there, I was like, bro, because I was giving Kobe a little debrief of what was going on because we had the brand there and everything.
Yeah.
But I was just telling him, like, bro, man, I met this guy Xavier, like, just good vibes, bro. It's like, because I know how it is. Bro, it's hard to do bad, bro. It's hard to just be a bad person. I'm trying to be a good person.
It's an interesting sentence. You've said that a couple times, and I've never thought about it, but you are right.
Yeah, bro.
It is, because making a mistake doesn't make you a bad person.
No.
Occasionally messing something up doesn't make you a bad person. But you're right. To be a genuinely bad person, it's hard to do.
100%. Because you got to think about the bad that you're about to do before you do it. But if it happens accidentally, oh, my bad, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Things happen.
Let me do better next time. But I'm going to be a bad person. Like, I just pray evil on this guy. Bro, it's tough. It's tough, man.
Wow.
But anyway, so I go back and I tell Kobe, I'm like, bro, can't even lie, bro. Like, there's some good people in Adelaide, man. That's like people who, like us, we just want to do good, meet good people, and just like help each other out. Just that's what it should be, man. Yeah, man. And in Adelaide, bro, like
you shouldn't always be seeking something in return.
no, you shouldn't.
And if somebody does something good for me, like I'll naturally want to do something good for them just to sort of repay that. But the initial act shouldn't be with the intention of getting something in return.
100%.
If you do, great.
Yeah.
And that shows a virtue in the other person that you want to trade that.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be, I'm going to do this for you because you're going to do this for me.
Exactly, bro. Just be good. Just because it's human nature just to be nice. Yeah, bro.
What do you think about, I suppose, from a building on what I asked you about the broader society?
Yeah.